What is going on, everyone? This is Jazz, and thanks for entering the Lobby of Hobbies. What can I say? But we're a week away from PAX Unplugged. Honestly, I'm trying to contain my excitement, but with all that in mind, I figured what I would do with this video is just kind of take a look back at my first experience at Origins 2021, which was my first convention as a content creator. We're going to talk a little bit of, past about Origins. We're also going to talk a little bit about what I am excited for with PAX coming up. So without further ado, if you're ready for this one, let's get into it. Okay, so this was my second time at Origins. The first was back in 2018 for Dice Masters Nationals, and I only went for that tournament. I drove over 7.5 hours, got there like 4 in, quick 3-hour nap, played in the event all day, 8 o'clock at night, took the hike back, me and my buddy Nuon. But I had a blast, but I didn't get a chance to experience what Origins was all about.
What?
Yes, I saw the massiveness of it. A lot of the other friends and gamers that I met in that Dice Master community talked about how great Origins was, but I didn't get a chance to experience it. So I can't give you my take on my previous experience. So I got a chance to, talk with my buddy Isaac Villa from Gaming with Sidekicks. He runs a podcast there, a website, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Go check them out. So I wanted to get his take. He is the Origins expert on, just give me a little bit of feel on his experience this year as opposed to the previous year. So let's see what Isaac had to say.
Thank you. So, there we go. We got Isaac Villa from the Gaming with Sidekicks podcast and YouTube channel and Instagram and TikTok, you name it. So all the things, right? How are you enjoying Origins? You are like an Origins pro.
Oh, yeah.
I know Origins because of you, so we can get an insight. So difference between this convention here as opposed to in the past.
Sure. So we've been coming since 2013, gradually spending a lot of time here. We've been here since Thursday. Thursday to Friday was super slow. I mean, we hung out like in areas where usually you can't get a table. Like we got a table at North Market yesterday at lunch. I was shocked. It just doesn't happen outside even. So it's definitely, Jazz will show you around the halls. It's shorter, or it's less crowded, but it's pluses and minuses, right? So there's less events, but there's less crowd. Nobody's bumping into you with bags. There's still a lot of awesome publishers here. Maybe your favorite publishers in here, but there's still like a lot of awesome ones that normally wouldn't have been here maybe because they didn't have space.
Yeah.
Lots of good demos and stuff. Over here I got my son demoing with Derek Funkhauser from Board Game Spotlight. Check this Academy game out.
Has to at least be touching the corner? Okay.
Just
So like you could move this
with
way.
crazy movement. They're moving all around this thing, and when you see this movement, I think Josh is about to do one. Just watch these cubes shift. These little guys are magnetic. They move all over the place.
And then you have to play a card for movement.
Derek Funkhauser from the Board Game Spotlight over on Facebook, YouTube, you name it, Instagram. This is a celebrity right here. Board game celebrity if you don't know it. What do you want to say? What do you say, man?
Things are good, man. Good luck. Enjoy the con. There's some cool stuff to check out. If you get over to Arcane Wonders is the hot spot this week. I mean, they've got stuff flying off their shelves, but he'll show you a picture perfect. We got to play Furnace last night for the first time. It was hot. It's going to be the game, I think, coming out of this con. So check it out and have a good time, guys. Take care.
Man.
All right, so there you have it from the Origins vet himself, the Game Master Isaac Villa over at Gaming with Sidekicks. But honestly, I'm going to give you my quick take on my experience at Origins. But like Isaac was saying, the hotness was that Arcane Wonders booth. It was right smack dab in the middle once you got onto the exhibit hall floor. And if you weren't paying attention, I don't know how you couldn't. It would have smacked you right in the face. That beautiful furnace display with that train going around. You also had this huge stack of Picture Perfect. And those two games were the games that everybody at the con seemed to have a copy of one of them or both of them. And I made sure I got myself a copy of both of those. But I had a chance to walk around and get some coverage of some of the other booths. Although I was there to help Dan Kazmaier over at the Steep Games booth. We were demoing Chai and the set to fulfill Chai T for 2, which I had a blast demoing. But over at the Pandasaurus Games booth, Danny over there got a chance to show me the Machikoro 2. And, for those Machikoro lovers, this is kind of what you love about Machikoro, and it streamlines it a little bit more. Also, the one that really stuck out to me, I had got a sneak peek of what was to come, and this game just delivered. I think it just hit retail and hit shelves this week. This is a game called That Time You Killed Me, which is an abstract puzzly head-to-head battle where players are jumping between past, present, and future, almost like in these time rifts. It even has some boxes of different elements that you can add to the game. I asked her, do not show me what is in those boxes. I want to be surprised when I get a chance to play it myself. And I just got my copy in last week, so I'm excited to check it out. But this is one that, after hearing the explanation of what this game was and seeing how it worked, I dubbed this one Shobu on steroids. And for those who watched my 2-player video of my favorite 2-player games, I love Shobu, so I am super excited to check this one out. I even got a chance one evening, I believe it was the evening right before the first day of the convention, where I went to a media mixer, and you had some people who were content creators as well as publishers just, mingling, getting a chance to just cut loose, talk, play some games together, see what games publishers were bringing to the table at the convention. But one that really just stuck out to me, obviously you guys know I have a daughter if you've watched this channel before, but Amigo Games had this cool little marble game called Magic Mountain, where pretty much you are rolling these colored marbles down a path, and when they hit either this witch or these students, you would move the witch or the student down further, and you would move them to the space that matches the color marble. And the idea of the game is you want to get the students down to the end of the path before the witches get down to the end of the path. If you can do that and get all your students down before a set number of witches are down at the bottom of the path, you win, which it's just a cool, fun little game. Really not much strategy to it other than, hoping that your marble goes where you want it to go. I think of it like, the old Price is Right Plinko, where that Plinko chips were kind of going down. But this was just something cool. My daughter, who's 2.5, loved it when I brought it back. She just loved the idea of matching the color of the marbles and seeing, and trying to match where those students or those witches would go down on that track. She just loved it when her favorite color, purple, gets pulled out of the bag. But that is one that, these are the type of games that you only get to see at conventions, because you're not going to see them at your big box store. You're not going to see them at sometimes your friendly local gaming store, because sometimes they get overshadowed, and the owners of these stores are bringing in what's definitely going to sell. And when you see some of these games and you find that it's going to sit right with your table, sit right with your family, this is one, these are the types of places that you get a chance to check this out. I went over to the Grand Gamers Guild booth, and I was getting a chance to check out Garinto, which I heard so much about, this awesome, beautifully produced abstract game where you have these tiles that are, all representative of different elements, earth, wind, water, fire, and they all do something different. You're playing them out onto this board. They're going to give you set kind of actions that they do once you place them. There's a little action that you can do, take other tiles from different spots and place them onto your own personal player board. And you're trying to score points based off of the different scoring objectives that are out there. This one looks super good. I got a copy of this one too. I had to purchase this copy, and because what I was hearing about it was so great. But when Mark told me at Grand Gamers Guild this game plays best at 2 versus 2, I was like, all right, it's not only just a head versus head. I gotta check this out. So that was one that I had an awesome time. Just seeing what all the buzz was all about from what I heard previously from things like Gen Con and whatnot. But over at the Elf Creek Games booth, I had to stop by there because one of the most anticipated games I backed on Kickstarter, they had a production copy of it, and this was Merchants of the Dark Road. And the designer, Brian, was over there demoing it for people at the con. I didn't get a chance to demo it, but man, it is as beautiful as that Kickstarter page looks, and in person, wow, I am super excited to have it delivered to my door and get it to the table. Also, I had a chance to go check out the Capstone booth, and Capstone games. I love Capstone games from the PAX Unplugged at 2019. This was like the hot booth. This is when Maracaibo had released, and that was my first super heavier type board game to check out when I got into the heavier Euro games. But the one that stuck out to me was Rift Force. Now, Rift Force, man, this dueling card game reminded me of Reiner Knizia's Lost Cities. If Lost Cities had a baby with a dueling card game, this is what Rift Force would be. That's kind of how I would, best describe it. But this is one that's fun. I've played this game so many times since I've gotten back from Origins. Even had a chance to play, I believe it's the alpha version over on Board Game Arena, and I can't wait till that hits a Board Game Arena so I can play it more and more. The next one that I got a chance to do was go over to the Ivy Games studio booth, and of course, while I was there, who did I run into? My buddy Jesse over at Quackalope. So I had a chance to talk to him and just get a chance to see what he was thinking of Origins. So let's check that out.
Maybe say, hola, hola. Okay. Bienvenido a Quackalope. Come on.
I don't speak very good Spanish. I speak just enough to get by. I know how to say tú eres muy bonita. I know how to say lo siento, no eres mi intención lastimarte. And I know how to say porque mi ardilla es muerte. I know how to say that too. I can mourn the death of a squirrel.
So, of course, everybody knows Jesse over at Quackalope. Awesome content that he's doing, but he's here, he's running, we're in the con. I'm going to be checking out the Ivy Studio booth here. Awesome. Veiled Fate is going to be delivering soon. Mythic Mischief is out here. Great stuff here. How are you enjoying the con?
It's been good. It hasn't been too overwhelming, hasn't been too hectic. There's a lot of great games that I haven't had the chance to play or see in person because they released while the world was shut down. And so it's been fun. I'm looking forward to getting back in connection with people. And we got to meet for the very first time in person,
yes.
Which for me is mind-blowing.
Yeah, cool dude. I'm gonna be honest, cool dude.
Remarkably handsome in person under this mask.
That's right.
The sad part is...
Sorry, I can't take it off right now.
He's married, so, I'm sorry.
All right, so there you go, hearing it from Jesse, Mr. Quackalope himself, on his experience and his take on what Origins was and what he was experiencing at Origins of this year compared to previous years and even compared to Gen Con and Gen Con just 2 weeks prior. But my quick take on it is I really enjoyed Origins. I'm excited to see what it is at its full capacity. But for me, as a first-time content creator, it was great to be able to see it in a smaller capacity because I was able to not feel rushed going through the different booths, getting a chance to talk to publishers, share my vision here at the channel, but also hear what their vision is as publishers and what they're trying to bring to us, the community. But getting a chance to play games with people that I've met just, in the community, but also other content creators, obviously my friend Isaac from Gaming with Sidekicks, Derek Funkhauser over at the Board Game Spotlight, my boys Ryan and Bob from One Board Family, Luna, the Aspie Gamer Girl. These are just some awesome channels out there. Will and Sarah Meadows from Tantrum House that I got a chance to play some Skull King with. And of course we lost, but it was just a great convention. And how could I forget my boy from BlackBoardGaming, Dwayne. Dwayne and Alicia have an awesome channel, but Dwayne, after work, took the drive from Detroit, like 3.5 hour drive from Detroit to Columbus, just to check out the convention for a few hours, to then when the convention hall closed down, just to drive back. It was an awesome time to meet these great people. But man, I cannot wait because some of these great people are going to also be at PAX Unplugged, which I, again, am super excited for. I cannot wait. It's in my hometown, not my necessarily born hometown, but I live now outside of Philly, right over the bridge in Jersey. I am originally a New York native, but it's coming to my hometown area. This is why I love this convention so much, because of how awesome it is, and it's a 25-minute drive over the bridge from where I live at. But I put together a list. Actually, I wasn't going to do a list at all, but in the Discord group for the Knots and Meeples, that's the Foster the Meeple and Table Knots Discord group. If you don't know it, the link's down in the description below to that Discord, but also those channels. Jenna Lee over in the Discord was asking, is anybody doing a top 10 list of what they're anticipating for PAX? So this is just for you, Jenna Lee, and anybody else who wants my top list of what I'm looking for. This is a top 7. Let's start this list with my number 7, and this is checking out that first look area at PAX Unplugged. This is where you can go and get a full play-in of some games that are just recently released, set to be released, or some that were just recently on Kickstarter. The 3 games I'm looking to check out here are Batoku from Devere Games, Boon Lake from Capstone Games, that's the new Alexander Pfister, and The Spill from Smirk and Dagger, which is a game all about cleaning up an oil spill, one that has a super interesting theme, and it's a game that honestly I completely passed on Kickstarter because by the time I found out about it, the Kickstarter had already closed. So yeah, check out the first look area. All right. Number 6. I'm going to be hunting down these 2 expansions. I don't know if they're going to be there or if they're going to be there in limited quantity. The first one is that Lost Ruins of Arnak expansion. And the second one is the Dune Imperium Rise of Ix expansion. So these are 2 expansions that I am on the hunt for. All right, on the hunt. All right, so that is my number 6. Number 5, I want to check out those booths that were not at Origins. I'm looking at booths like AEG that is going to have a game that I fell in love with when I played it online. This is Meeples and Monsters. This is like if Lords of Waterdeep had a baby with Orleans. You would have Meeples and Monsters. So if you get a chance, head over to AEG and get a demo of this one because it is really, really good. Also hear that Funko Games has a pretty big announcement for an up-and-coming title. Their lips are fairly sealed on this one, but so I'm going to be over there at that booth checking that one out as well. So that is my number 5 of what I'm looking for at PAX Unplugged. So number 4 on my list is checking out the Charity Board Gamer meetup on Saturday evening at 9:15 p.m. Now, Chris Goodlett, the Charity Board Gamer, is hosting another meetup like he did in Origins, and that was a great time. This is going to be a great time as well. Actually, the one in Origins was so big that it filled up the room. So what they were doing this time is they reached out to CGE. CGE is graciously offering them their larger room where they're going to be demoing games throughout the day. But in the evening on Saturday, the Charity Board Gamer and a crew of content creators will be there. So definitely check us out. Come through on Saturday at 9:15. On to my number 3. This is something that, honestly, I don't know why I haven't started. I know Amy over at Thinker Themer is probably going to smack me over the head because I haven't yet. This is doing some miniature painting. So I have a local buddy. Actually, he used to live local. He kind of moved on the other side of the river and other side of Philadelphia into PA. This is my buddy Ronald Schad. He is going to be doing some miniatures painting classes, and I know I'm going to be in one of those 2 classes that he is going to be teaching. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully I can get over my fear of messing it up. But yeah, definitely want to do some miniature painting, and hopefully I think there's one on Friday, one on Saturday, but it'll be down in the schedule. Go check out that schedule. All right, so we're at my number 2. The number 2 is going to be meeting those awesome content creators I've had the opportunity to, interact with, connect with, collab with, and I'm super excited for this. Like, I can't contain my excitement for this. And just finally in person get a chance to link up with these people. And I'm going to start firing these names off because this list is large. I want to give as much people as I can credit. Jamie and Jeff over at Foster the Meeple, Max, one half of the awesome dynamic duo over at Table Knots, Casey, aka Brain in the Jar, Danielle Sandstring, aka D-Max. This is like my Meepleville crew. This is the next list is the Meepleville Meets crew. Jeff from Shelf Stories, Roberto from Shear Boardom Gaming, Benita, who's a Twitch streamer, Amanda Panda is in the house, so is Ruel Gaviola, Ilya and Tyler, who are the dynamic duo from Cavre. Also, you know, that's that Meepleville Meetups crew. There are probably going to be some others that I can't think of right now off the top of my head. Also, you need to check out this new channel. This is going to be Michelle and Billy from Second Star to the Left. They are local here in the central part of New Jersey. I'm in the south of New Jersey. They're a little bit north of me, but they are going to be in the house. They're local to the area, so they know what PAX is all about, but they are also going to be there as content creators. They're new, so go check out that channel as well. Monique and Naveen, I'm super excited to finally meet Monique and Naveen because I came across the Before You Play channel and I was super excited for the content that I was seeing. Another channel that I can just like, hey, sit back, watch a game that I don't know yet how to play that's been on my shelf and watch them play it, get an understanding. They do some awesome teaches in how they play, so I'm excited to finally meet them in person. And of course, the family is in the house. Mick and Starla from Our Family Plays Games is going to be in the house. There's going to be some other people as well. You know, some bigger names that you know are going to be in there. So definitely check them out. Say hi. Trust me, because we've been cooped up for so long. We want to at least say hi. Stop by, say hi to people. That's what this is all about. Again, building community. Which leads me to my number one. My number one, honestly, is meeting you guys. The viewers here on this channel, the viewers from other channels, just people in the community. Stop by, say hi. If you see me, trust me, I love meeting people. I want to get to know who you are. I want to connect with you. This is what it's all about. I've said it from the beginning. It's about building community. That's what I'm about here at the Lobby of Hobbies. That's what these conventions are about. It's about growing this community, making it better. So that's honestly the number one thing I am super excited for, is to be able to meet some of the viewers that are here, have been supporting me on my channel. So that is my list. I know this video got a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but that's how excited I am for PAX Unplugged. But, you know, if this is your first time watching this channel, I want to thank you for stopping through. Hey, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, hit that bell icon. That way you can be notified anytime I drop new content here on the channel. So if you are excited for PAX Unplugged, down below, let me know what it is you are excited for. I can't wait to see you, can't wait to meet you. So without further ado, on to the next one.